Welcome to the podcast Soul Talks with Misha, the podcast about spirituality, modern life, and how to blend it all together, also with manifestation, so that you can live your dream life and your thriving life. And today we will talk about manifestation specifically for women and how kind of biases maybe we can see on the road when we manifest. And we will also talk about abundance in general, how to get where we want to be, how to create the communities and relationships which we want, no matter the place where you live at, if it's a big city capital in Europe or if it's a small village, because it doesn't really matter. And I have today here Hana with me, my friend, my colleague, and a feminine leader. She is a spiritual guide. She is also helping to raise consciousness and guide people back to their soul's wisdom so that they can thrive and actually manifest that dream life. So welcome, Hana. I'm so happy that you're here. And if you want to introduce yourself more, please go ahead.
Misha, thank you for inviting me. It's my great pleasure to be here with you. It's a beautiful topics we have today to talk about. Thank you for nice introduction of me. And what should I add? It's just manifestation is a big part of my life. I feel like a woman in my body. I feel like a leader. I am also mother. I'm also inspirator, and I like to guide other women and other people, other light beings, on their way to find their strength, inner strength. And manifestation is very much connected to that, and it's based on my own life journey when I had to find my own power inside me to actually like my woman body and to enjoy that I am a woman here on earth. And that time I know it was important to have my supporters, my guides, my mates to actually hold the space or carry me or help me. So now I'm very grateful I can do the same for other people on their way.
Yes, that's amazing that you mentioned it, that you had your team, your guides, your mentors who were leading you to the point where you are now. And I believe that we are all teachers to each other and that it's so important to have someone who guides us and who takes us to the place where we want to be. It's so great to find someone with who we resonate and who is maybe at that place where we want to be or live the similar experience, because then the experiences and the healing and the manifestation is even deeper and more efficient. So you talked a lot about feeling as a woman, feeling good in your body, feeling feminine. And I would like to talk about the manifestation a bit more, because what we discussed last time when we saw each other was how you manifested your dream house. And I love the topic because I'm also now on that process, searching for my ideal new flat, and I'm, calling it in. I myself on that journey faced some biases from other people, and I know that you too. So yeah, okay, I will say my example. So I'm searching for this flat on my own. It's my flat. It's for myself, yes, for my family and for my future plans. But at this moment, I'm searching for the flat on my own. It's just me and my real estate agent. And every time when I go to see new potential flats, all I hear is, and I live in a big capital city, right? And everything. And I hear like, okay, so where's your husband? Like, your husband will search with you, right? Like, your husband will like pay partially, right? Or like, and or how come that you have those money to invest? Like, you're young, you are, I don't know, like blonde young woman, or I don't know what are the biases behind in those people's minds, but I find it really interesting. I'm like, well, first of all, it's not your problem. And second, it's just me. And yes, I have the money, and no, I don't have the husband behind me, and let me just, pick what I want and buy it. So, and I understood that you faced a bit similar, maybe weird thoughts when you were manifest in your house, and you already have it and you already live in it, which is so awesome.
Yes, thank you for sharing your actually a very similar story. What I would say in general, the biggest try or biggest exam of the manifestation is you never should stop believing it. It's different from being attached to that and really work hard of I must get this. It's just like very easy, just like leave it gentle, keep it gentle, but never stop believing it, because you will keep meeting people. They will say, oh, it's not possible what you think, or this is just you will never get the money, you will never get the power, you will never get this, just not possible. So just not stop, not listen to this. And some people also say it's somewhere inside you, it's your darkness, and the people just like mirror that. But the most important thing is don't believe that, and believe your heart, and believe what you really want to manifest. And that's what happened to me. It was actually after my transformation journey. I already knew how to manifest, and I went through some cleaning of my energy body and my mindful, and on some course, and I really cleaned everything. So I felt like empty space in my head and in my heart, and now was that time was the time to fill the empty space with some nice important things which I wanted in my life, to attract them. And really it was that time was the house, because I left after divorce, I left with my sons in a block of flats, and I have to bring them every day to the village, to Montessori school, and I had lots of friends there, so I kept driving there and back, and I really wanted to live in that village very close to almost where I live. And also the real estate agents and everybody just in the village told me, oh, you'll never get a house here because it's just so lucrative and expensive, and the village doesn't have any empty houses, spaces to build, and whoever sells the house, it's just sold so quickly to some neighbors or family and friends. You will never even get it in the real estate. And I just didn't listen to that. In that manifestation, I had a particular space in that village, and the new buildings, where I said, oh, that would be lovely. I would really love to live there. I would really love to see my sons to play there with their friends. I would really like to have the man of my life sitting in the garden, and I would really like to enjoy my life. And I really felt the vibration of how would I feel if this all happened, and just send it to the space. And what was actually the good thing, I was that time so busy, I forgot about this exercise. I completely forgot about this exercise, and I just left it and went to, with the children and work and family, I just went to the daily normal routine. And what happened? All of a sudden, one day I went on the internet because I was searching for the living, and I saw this house from my dream in that village, and it was just there for a while. So when I rang the real estate agents, they said, okay, you can come and have a look at it. And the miracle thing was, when I was driving there, I even stopped, and the cat from the neighbors came to welcome me, and I was really like, I love cats, and I feel such a good vibration. This is the house. This is actually the place I imagined and I manifest. And I thought it would be really weird if I told the real estate agents, I don't have to look inside. I already know this is my house, and I'm gonna buy it. So I don't even have to look inside. I already know that. That would be really weird. So I went through the house and did it did it like the normal way people buy houses. And of course, there was just some like trials. Like he said, or maybe there is five families behind you, in front of you. You have to wait until it's your time. If nobody buys that before you, you will get the house. But then he told didn't never stop believing. This is my house. I felt that. Yeah. Also because I ask the universe, the earth, for a bonus, because I did lots of transformation and really changed my life completely. And I was advised okay, ask the universe for some energetic bonus, for some prize for that. And I felt this is it. And really the real estate agents rang me the other day and said, oh, nobody wanted it. It's just too small. But I feel it's perfect for you and your two sons. So that happened that I live in the house of my dreams. I have the man. I manifested the man of my life, and I've got really nice relationship, and really is just as easy as that. I would also like to say that it's really easy to manifest. What can it block is our fear, our patterns, and our blocks we either hear from the surrounding, or we bring from the childhood, or we have inside us. And they are from the vibration point of view. When you have the wish, you send it to the universe like that. But when you have got the fear, it's lower vibration. So when you send it, it's a shorter way to manifest. So that is just as easy, just like clear all your blocks, all your fears, and then you get what you want.
I love that how you say it's just that easy, because yes, it really is that easy. And I am so with you. It's just about clearing our blocks, um and I think we already know when we try to manifest something, when we have this dream or wish for a dream house or a dream man, like you can feel it if you actually don't believe it, right? Like you can wish it, but if you don't believe it with your every cell in your body, every bone, your heart, your soul, if you're like not 100% in with every piece of you, you know it. Like you just feel it, because then there is this little man in your head or someone telling like, are you sure? Like, do you really believe that as well? So I think that's one of the points how we can actually realize that we have some blocks which need to be cleared. And then to clear the blocks, yes, I think like here we are. You can come to us for the clearings. I think we both of us are with Hana. I would say it's our passion, because like when we know that if we clear those patterns and we can manifest what we want, and it's that's just so amazing. And to me it's like a game. It's like a computer game. Like, okay, so I cleared this pattern, so what can I get now? Yeah.
I'm glad you're saying that, because I would suggest actually what you just said, to start. Everybody can start themselves before you come to someone to help you. You start with any easy things which are not related to. We are just like they don't matter. Yeah, for example, I want to buy a red dress, and just leave it. It's easier than to try to manifest like really important big things for you which are attached to your heart, because then it's difficult to leave the attachment and the impatience of, and impatience is also important
Trust
important
divine
word,
timing.
like concerning manifestation. So just for everybody, start with a little simple things. Like for example, my son wanted like car, like playing toy, and I said, well, it's not just we don't have the time to go to town, and it's nice dream, and it would have to be a little miracle to happen today to bring the car. But children are very, they don't have these blocks. So you just send it to universe, and maybe this miracle happened. In 2 hours, our neighbor rang our bell and said, my boys are too big. Won't your little children play with this car toy? And I said, oh, this is the car I wanted. So it's that sometimes it's that easy. It's just like about when you don't get attached to that, and when it's not about like very important things, then you might realize you have got this block, and then it's the time to come to us and clear the blocks.
And what resonated with me were two things which you were mentioning, and that is attachment. You mentioned it a lot, and I think it's so important and so difficult to do sometimes, especially when it's about the topics which we really, really desire, right? So, or with the housing, sometimes we just want like bigger house or something, but sometimes we really need it for, as you said, for your family, for like home office or whatever it is. And then I think it's a big game to release that attachment and just ask for the bonus. I love what you said, like the bonus. Just be grateful and happy with what you already have, and then ask for the bonuses, because we all do so much. And I think it's another problem or issue in the society that we so often, especially as women, we so often think we don't do enough and we are not enough. But wow, we do so much, and we are so great. So we deserve it. And also about your son, how you said that the story, that the neighbor rang the bell, and then the toy car was just in front of your son. That's another part. we just need to drop the how. And I think as adults it's more difficult because we are learned to think structurally, and we are, the school system, the society. So often people ask you, how will you do that? How will you get there? And then we are programmed to think about how, but it's one of the biggest blocks in the manifestation because, yeah, you didn't have time to go to buy the toy car. Like there was no way, right? Like standard adult box thinking person would say like, no, you will not get the car, but the universe delivers it. The universe doesn't care how. Yeah.
Also, that's great what you are saying. And also the other thing, when, how and when. Because I used to be a manager, like really with a pattern, schedule, and every 10 minutes meetings, and everything had to fit. And impatience was like the big topic of my life, to learn to be patient with, okay, you have a wish, you try to manifest, but don't be attached to how you get it and when you get it. And I have to laugh because my coach, my friend, used to tell me, oh, you are the managers, you want to go to the hospital with broken leg, and you want to be coming back from the hospital in 1 hour with already the leg or arm healed. You just have to leave the universe to heal the things and to structure the things and to make them happen. Impatience is also something what blocks because it's a part of the attachment. So just to be patient and to leave the right timing, as we say, there is a right timing for everything. So don't be impatient also in the terms way.
Yes, and this is actually another point where the society is maybe the problem for us in the manifestation process. Because if you think about the instant times we're living in, when we can order anything from Amazon or Alza or Wolt or any, I don't know, delivery services, we can get really everything what we like when it comes to products or services within hours or days. And we are so used to it. And that's one thing. Or another thing is with the instant food. Like, yeah, I didn't really eat it, so I don't know why it came to my mind. But these instant soups and instant dishes, which I don't even consider for food, but we're so used to it that it's there. And if we are hungry, if we want a new T-shirt, we just get it in seconds. And then I believe that's also reprogramming us on the unconscious level that we can really have it all like in seconds. But it's not the case with the manifestation, as you said. The timing, the patience, it's so important. And I'm a very impatient person, so I know what you talk about.
It's the way of teaching, and also it's as you say about the speedness. Everything's coming more and fast. Then it's important for us the only thing to stop and actually stay calm. And it sounds so easy, but sometimes, and for my clients, I experience very often, it's the most difficult things to do. Just not to do anything, for example, sometimes. Just leave it happen. And it doesn't mean to be apathic, but just like sometimes calm down and wait, or just stop and listen to yourself. But for some people, they are not connected. It can happen that once they listen to themselves, they can hear something what they don't like, and they can be scared of that or feel uncomfortable. Also, it's the way how to come to someone else, because I experience all this, you experience all that, to see it's normal. It's normal, and it will change. It will just completely change, but it's important to regularly stop and connect and listen, not just run and fast and speed up. And do you have actually any how to slow down or how to stop? As you say, that impatience is also your topic, so I would like to hear some.
I have so many tools and ideas and thoughts about this because, as I said, it's my it's my topic, and it's also one of the reasons I'm sure about why I got myself to burnout. And it was for a good thing, because then I went through the awakening as well. But I work with those tools a lot, and it changes. So sometimes it's really going out for the walk. Like today, after our podcast, I will go for the walk and I will disconnect from the world. My agenda is like full of to do things, and also like manifestation practices and everything. But I'm like, no, okay, I'll just walk and do nothing. Or breath work. Like breath work is so powerful. And there are so many types of breath work. energy meditation or just like silent meditation. And I really try to include one of these practices on daily basis, even if it's just for a few minutes, even 5 minutes can do magic. When we really turn off our phones, we don't answer constantly the messages, and we just are. And one, I think the biggest trick, which I personally apply for myself, and I'm really, really like, it's a no brainer for me that I have at least 2 days per week in my calendar with no plans. And it doesn't mean that I, at the end, like really do nothing and I lay down on the couch and I'm just like, oh, okay. No, but really with no plans and the space for myself to listen to my body, to my soul, to see what is it that I need. And then I can end up, yeah, go for a swim, go dancing, or reading a book, or really just staring into the ceiling. It depends. But I try to be really strict about that. And I understand that 2 days might be a lot, maybe if you have a family or, okay, I understand that. But then maybe let's do half day per week, or, what is possible for you. But I think this is really a game changer for me. Do you agree?
I agree, absolutely. And as you said, the last words, yeah, don't, yes, I understand also when you have children and job and lots of things to do, it might sound really difficult to find 2 days. Okay, you don't find one day. I started with 10 minutes, find the 10 minutes, and then you build it up, and then you realize that it's no way back. You always want to have time for yourself, and you keep going to make it wider. And there is like Buddhistic sayings, but I love it. It's like you should sit and either meditate or be calm half an hour or even at least 20 minutes per day. And if you don't have time to do that, you should sit 1 hour every day.
Yes.
So it's just start with little, yeah. The possible thing you can find 10 minutes a day, and then try to widen it, and because it really is important, and it's a game changer. It's a life changer, such a simple life changer. Because at the beginning, when I was the manager, in a big company, I used to have everything scheduled, and then when there was a issue, problem, I had all these steps. We have to do that, and started to run even faster, to work harder to solve it. Now the way is just to stop and bring the solution to come to me, and stop and see what's happened actually. Look at the situation, unzoom yourself, and and you can do this for 1 hour, for 2 hours, but then you end up on 2 days a week, because this is perfect. And also what I would like to explain, people, they start to find the path to themselves to stopping actually is what we are talking about is not about like a real time, but about the spontaneous. It's the spontaneous, because the heart loves spontaneous. Being spontaneous, don't plan, just do. And women especially need the spontaneous and be connected to themselves more than like the masculine men's energy. They are more like a power, and historically. But for us, the spontaneous, it's really, really important to save energy and to relax. So it's not about like how much time do I have with no plans. It's about how am I spontaneous, and how much of my lifetime I live just spontaneously.
I love that. That got me so much thinking about, about my spontaneity. Yeah. And just go with the flow. And actually, it really is how I translate it. It's really to act from the heart, right? Because if you have the structure, if you have the to do and plan them and running from the masculine energy, then there's no place for being spontaneous, and also not place for actually feeling from the heart. Because if you have that to-do list and just doing, there is no place to feel. And yeah, it's great.
Then I like to say, then your heart start to close. It's of course not the organ you have got inside your body. I mean the energetic heart, Then it starts to close, because it's not hasn't got the space to open. And when it starts to close, it hurts you. You don't feel well. So you feel like, I'm not going my mission. I'm not shining. I'm not in my power. And it's just that. It's just like closing your heart, because it doesn't have enough space to be spontaneous and to just do what you feel and connect.
Yeah, that's so true. And when you also talked about the time, I will go back a little bit. It was, I think One point is to prioritize whatever tool for doing nothing or being spontaneous you want to do, or that could be our advice maybe. So really prioritize that, because we can always say we don't have time, right? We can always fill our calendars with whatever it is. Like we can always do more and put more agenda. I think we're we're masters in it sometimes as well. But really just like prioritize that half an hour, 5 minutes. And then also, if you think about it from the quantum perspective, time really doesn't matter, right? Time really doesn't exist. We all have 24 hours a day. But then, at least from my experience, when I'm tuned in and when I go with the flow, and again, like, I don't say that I do nothing, but when I have that spontaneous time just flies differently, right? So it's a game changer in my life. I'm recently really obsessed with observing it, like how it goes. And when I have topics which I push, or where I'm really attached, or actually things which my heart or my soul don't want to do, I feel like I have no time. Time is like running, and I'm kind of like almost incapable of finishing that task or whatever it is that my brain came up with. But once that activity, that event is really coming from my soul, from my heart, somehow I'm able to squeeze it to my calendar. It somehow just fits. It's a magic which I cannot really describe well. It's way.
I think you described it very well. I think everybody knows that. I know that very well, what you just described. And it's, I would again say it's just like the difference when you create from your heart and you create from your brain, and you don't even have to know it. It's just you feel it when you have and when you create, or when you do the business from your brain. And for the like income purposes and just for like the tasks, it feels differently. Yeah, exactly. There is so many to do, and it just, you have to push it. You feel like you have to push it, and you have to work really hard. And it's the mental thing. And when you do it from your heart, it's just like flows, and it's different. And it's really, I believe that the Earth, our planet, and it's moving and increasing vibration, and we all are moving towards, like, we will all create from the 5D and from the heart. It will not, the businesses which are not created by heart, created from the brain, they will stop, they will not work. It will just fall down, all the structures, because the structures artificially build it. And that's the real power is like from the creating and doing and running the business from your heart, sharing your lightness, sharing your knowledge, sharing your vibrations. This is the modern business strategy, which I think is the surviving plan to do, and with connected with sustainability, and with energy sustainability, lifestyle sustainability, culture sustainability, also culture sustainability. So this is just what you said. That's the different timing attitude and different feeling attitude.
Yes, and that's put now a lot of topics into my brain. I would love to pick every single one of them, but we are getting.
We could stay here 8 hours.
So I'm now thinking, shall we do it, or do we have time for the 8 hours, or don't we? What's the schedule? But so, what would be your final thought, Hana? With like the final thought you think everyone should get from this 30 minutes podcast? Like, what is that main takeaway?
I think just actually what I just said, like to think where we are going, not only think to feel where we are going, actually to stay connected to yourself. This is the main thing. When you are coming to be awakened, you start to be connected to yourself. So never disconnect. Try to be connected. Try to walk here on the earth with what is in line, what it's your mission, what your heart really feels, and what you want to share. And this is the way how we all are connected, and we create the new world. Because in the 5D dimension, everything will manifest very quickly. There will be no disblocks, and also the not nice things could manifest very quickly. That's why we all have to clean our blocks and clean the boundaries and the uncomfortable limitations to go towards that. The message I would like to say: we are all connected, and we all are going, and we can be the creator or we are just the victims. And even we want to, or even we want to, or we don't want to, if we are conscious or we are not wise, we still go there. So please be wise and go there and try to learn and work on yourself. And we all, as we are connected, move towards the 5D new Earth dimension.
Wow, what a closure! What a closure! It was just yeah, that's amazing, and I'm also looking forward to this day when the planet is increasing the vibration and we are slowly but for sure entering the 5D. And I also believe that the blocks and all the low vibration doesn't have space in the 5D, right? It's more like the closer to the 2D dimension and 3D. So I believe that once we jump there, that's a different game of cleansing, and how difficult it is actually to get there for each and every one of us. So Hannah, I believe that you can help people to release whatever is blocking them and to make that path to the 5D and just conscious, happy life really easier. So how can our audience find you? We will also put of course, your links to the description, but how can they find you? What shall they do?
Thank you very much for that. I love that. I love helping anybody who is on the way, and I feel it's my mission. It really is like something what fills me with joy. So anybody can find me on my Instagram, Hana Spundova, under the name, or on my Facebook also under my name, Hana Spundova. And I've got a website, www.srdcehlas.cz, which means actually the voice of your heart. So you can find me there, and or just write me direct message or contact me on the contact formula there, and I will be happy to help.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you for introducing me, and thank you for being my mate, encouraging people and energy healing and supporting people to go this nice. We are lucky that we can go this path with increasing vibration of our earth and being a part of this transformation.
That's with pleasure. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you so much. And we also thank to everyone who joined today. And if you liked this podcast, this episode, and you would like to support us on our journey so that we can all go together and raise the vibration and enter the 5D, just subscribe to this channel. And if something resonated with you, feel free to comment or just message one of us, and we're happy to have a fruitful discussion. So thank you, and until the next time.
Thank you. Enjoy.